Ravioli. Who doesn't like ravioli? I don't know anyone who doesn't like ravioli. I really like it, and I like cooking it too. I actually was lucky enough to take a cooking class in Florence, Italy, and learned how to make ravioli there. That was a lot of fun. The thing with making traditional ravioli is that it can be a little bit tedious, making the pasta dough and rolling it out and filling it and sealing it and everything. I enjoy doing it, but it can be a bit tedious. I thought I'd try a different method, and we had a whole bunch of wonton wrappers in the fridge, a whole unopened package. I thought, let's see if these will work as essentially the pasta dough to put the ravioli in. So a little bit of an experiment, and let's see how it goes. So these are the wonton wrappers I was talking about, and of course I'm holding them sideways at the camera. Sorry about that, still getting used to this. This is some pesto that my boyfriend made, and this is some rotisserie chicken from Costco. Gotta love that. This is for the first set of ravioli I'm making. I'm actually going to end up freezing these. I'll show you what I do for that. So I'm just mixing this all together here, getting it nice and incorporated together. And then here's what those little wrappers look like. And I just take a little bit of the filling. Something that I've noticed is that I try to not overstuff them, because I used to try to get a lot of filling in there and then it would break open. So a little bit less than you think, and then I wet the edges with water so that they'll stick to themselves. And then you just basically fold it into a little triangle. And as I'm going along, I'm trying to push out all of the air that's inside so that we don't get air bubbles when we try to cook them in the boiling water. So you just make sure that they're all sealed down, and then that's what it looks like. And then here, it's kind of off camera, hard to see, but I just pinched the edges together with a fork. And then you just put it on a floured pan to rest so that it doesn't stick. Here, I'll just show you it again so that you can kind of get the idea. I sped it up for you, but yeah, just wetting the edges again, fold it into a little triangle and seal it up. And then I'm sealing it with a fork that you can't see off camera. And here it is one more time. I just wanted to show you one last time, super sped up, just because that's fun and looks cool. And there's the pesto chicken ravioli, ready for the freezer. Super convenient. So yeah, I just label a freezer bag and then awkwardly put them in the bag. I swear I'll get more used to this over time. But there you have it. And then I just freeze them lying down like that so that they don't all clump on the bottom. Okay, here's the ones that I was making to actually eat. There's some more shredded chicken from the rotisserie chicken, and I'm adding in mayo. Don't judge me, or judge me, whatever. I'm sure ricotta would be more authentic, but this is what I had, and I just wanted something to give it a little bit of creaminess, so I added that. This is crushed Calabrian chili pepper paste. It's so good if you can find it. I found it at an Italian market. It adds a good amount of heat, so if you're sensitive to heat, don't add that much. That's black pepper, and then this is garlic powder. So pretty simple, and of course you can leave things out or add things. This is some sea salt that I've added rosemary to, just a couple of cracks of that, and mixy. Pretty simple. All right, now for this one, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I did the pesto ones. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use 2 of those wonton wrappers and do a decent amount, that's quite a bit more than we did on the other one. And this time I'm going to wet around the edges again, obviously, so that it sticks. And then I'll take the other wrapper and set it on top, so it's a bigger ravioli. But again, you want to make sure that you're pressing near the filling and then out so that there's no air bubbles, because otherwise it will not cook very well or it might burst open. Trust me, I've had that happen with regular ravioli a lot. But there you go. That's what that looks like up close. I'm just kind of trying to make sure it's all stuck down, and then you can do the same thing with the fork around to make sure it's nice and sealed all together. And there you have it. Put it on that floured sheet again. So here I'm going to show you just a little bit different technique. I think I actually might like this one slightly better. So you do the same thing where you seal it all down and everything and you form it. But then instead of using the fork, there it is up close. Instead of using the fork, I use this tool. It was really inexpensive on Amazon, and you can just, cut around the edges there, and it gives you those little crimps, and it's sealed off nicely, and it looks a little more profesh, I would say. I just said profesh. But there you have it, cute little ravioli. So yeah, see, there's the 2 of them, just whatever you like. They'll both taste the same. Oh, this is another tool I have for stamping out ravioli. I just used that with regular pasta dough. I didn't use that with the wonton wrappers, but there's another one for you. Did a wonton ravioli dance. And there they are, all done and ready for the water. So I've just, got the water heating up while these rest. Here it is, and here I put them in batches with my spider. I think that's called a spider, that kitchen tool. I didn't have the water boiling too rapidly because I didn't want them to break. And here they are after just about 2 minutes in the water, in the hot water. They fully cooked. And then a little plating action. I was very delicate because they were quite a bit more delicate than regular pasta. So I used my hands instead of a tool because I didn't want to break them. But don't worry, I washed my hands. But, they look pretty great to me. And then here I'm just topping with some grated Romano cheese because that's what I had on hand. Cheese, 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 cheese. And here I'm trying to get around my dog. Look at my little dog. She loves to be at my feet. And garnishing with some green onion. Of course, you can use parsley, basil, any of that, but that's what I had. And then you could just eat them like this, obviously, with some olive oil, or I had some leftover bolognese sauce, which if you didn't see that video, it was just the last one I made. I'll link it in the description so you can watch how I made my bolognese. But this took it to a whole new level. The bolognese with that creamy filling inside with the chicken. I very, very much enjoyed this. Okay, so I didn't film myself tasting the ravioli, I just ate them. But I had to come on and say something about it because they were so good. They were way better than I expected them to be. They were quite a bit thinner than regular ravioli, so they were more delicate. I had to be slightly more careful when I was taking them out of the boiling water. They tasted so good. That mixture with the Calabrian chili paste just added a warmth throughout. And the mayo, although definitely not traditional, it just added a creaminess that was really, really tasty. I'd highly recommend this method because It's so much easier than traditional ravioli. It was so easy to just fill them and boil them. And you can put anything in them. I give 2 thumbs up. I hope you try it. It was really awesome. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.